It's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Rapaport to say a few words. We've had an extensive partnership with Journal of Diabetes now for the past 3 years, and they've been great supporters of this work, and just wanted to highlight this partnership.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Osage and Nicole, for a lot of things, including for us being part of a type 1 diabetes exchange. The opportunity to keep everybody from lunch, I think it's always a good thing to try. So I was going to talk for the next hour and a half on the Journal of Diabetes. Okay, fine. Just a few minutes. So some of you may have seen the Journal of Diabetes. Some of you may not have. Are we done? Are we done? Okay, so I'll tell you, the journal started about 2009, as you can see on that slide. And could you have put a smaller laptop over here? Just a joke. Anyway, so it started in 2009, and I asked actually the editor-in-chief, Zach Bloomgarden, who's a friend of mine, says, how did this come about? So he was visiting the Ruijin Hospital in Shanghai, and they were talking for a number of years about starting a journal, and this provided a wonderful opportunity for it to happen. And if you see on the right side, the aims and scope of Journal of Diabetes, and I was actually shocked that this name had not been taken yet, but apparently not. And again, it tells you all the right things that they want to do. But in January of 2002, it joined Wiley. And I don't represent Wiley. I have nothing to do with them. But we were a little bit against it being an open access journal. But in fact, they convinced us that that's the only way to go forward. So in fact, now it is an open access journal as of January of 2022. We do get submissions from all over, many of them from China, but many of them from many, many different countries around the world. And I think this is kind of impressive if you look to the submission versus acceptance history and the top 15 author countries, and you could look at them starting from Singapore, Poland to Germany, India, Japan, and obviously most of them from China and the United States. This is, you might find this a little troubling, but in fact, the rate of acceptance is in fact somewhere close to or just below 10%. And we're trying to see how we could improve even on that. So it's but we have more and more journal articles submitted. Everybody's talking about impact factors, right? And do you know how that's calculated? So I thought this might be an interesting thing. It's citations, for example, in 2021 to items published between 2019 and 2020, divided by the number of citable items for those years combined. And that's the impact factor. There's something else called journal citation indicator. I don't think any of these mean anything, but I guess everybody before they submit a paper anywhere says, oh, what's the citation factor? Is it whatever? Anyway, this is how the journal citation index is calculated, 1 being kind of the threshold. And if you're more than, let's say, 1.5, you have 50% more citation impact than the average in whatever category you're in. So in terms of downloads for the journal in yellow, there have been a significant number of downloads and gradually increasing. You see in 2021, really significantly increased. And the impact factor history has also changed so that now we're somewhere about 4.6, 4.7, which I thought was almost unbelievable. And but there it is, almost 4.6, 4.5 and change. In terms of rank by journal citation index, which I showed you before, we're in the second quartile. So these are slides that I got from Wiley. They sent them to me. Why publish? And they tell you because it's accessible to everyone, everywhere. This is really a commercial for the journal now, and I'll let you read it for yourselves. But it is, in fact, the official journal of the Chinese Society of Endocrinology, and their population is probably somewhat greater than the population that we have for any journal in the United States. Clear advantages, more downloads, more citations. You'll get Wiley is committed to getting your work known, to getting a new audience, to celebrate your success, and that's really just a commercial. And I asked them to compare our citation index with other pediatric journals, and they said, no, that's not good practice. Don't do that. So I did that anyway. So first, to show you that in this latest issue is, among others, both the commentary and the abstracts for this learning session. And this is, I think, the second year that we're doing this. And I think going forward, at least from the journal's part, we're committed to going forward to doing that. And I think you can think of other collaborations and partnerships with the journal if you want to think of a special issue or a series of articles. So review articles, I think. So this is the latest issue, and it has your work and your abstracts from the type 1 diabetes exchange. So I did do a little comparison with pediatric diabetes, which is where we send a lot of journals. Their impact factor is 3.4, and I don't know if Phil Zeitler is here, is a friend of mine. Nothing personal, but it's interesting that they also have been bought by somebody else, and they're going collaboration between Wiley and Hindawi that will be publishing them, and they're also switching to having open access. So that's as much as I want to talk about. Really consider the journal and consider letting us know how you'd like to partner. And this is a personal commercial here. There's a symposium on November 14th in collaboration with the Human Growth Foundation, JDRF, Type 1 Diabetes Exchange, and the New York Pediatric Society. And you'll see may recognize one of the speakers over there. And if you think it's too expensive, just let us know. We'll let you join for free because it is a Zoom. Thank you very much.